Star Wars Battlefront 2, guys. The beta has been out this weekend. I've been playing it quite a bit, and I'm going to tell you what I think. Is it better than the last one? Is it worth a pre-order? Is it worth a buy? Well, let's read the words. These are no words, Mike. Just get on with it. Alright, the first thing I want to say is it looks absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. This game looks phenomenal. It sounds great as well. All the sounds is just perfect from the game. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I do apologise. The music's amazing. The graphics are just... It's the best. The best graphics I've ever seen in a game. It just is. It just looks phenomenal. I mean, I particularly love the way these white doves just fly out of the footpath or the sidewalk or whatever you want to call it. It's majestic, guys. These pavement doves that just... Oh, man. Enough of that. What about the game? Well, I'm pleased to say they've reintroduced the class system that was in the original 2005 Star Wars Battlefront. So we needed this because that's what Battlefront is. It's about this fucking class system, and we've got them back, guys, which is great news. I didn't like the 2015 edition where they took it out and it was a case of, oh, make your own class with the weapons. What weapons? You know, f you. I want the proper, you know. And we have got the proper now, guys. These are proper classes that we have. You have 4 classes. You've got the assault class. You have the heavy class, which is what I play all the time. The heavy class is awesome. He looks the part as well. He has a little mini shield. He has a big mini gun. And he is just so good. You have an officer class who has a turret and an X-ray vision ability. And you have this special ops class, which has an even bigger X-ray ability in the form of just X-ray binoculars, guys. So wall hacks are all over the place, which is quite good because we also have aimbot hacks in this game as well. As you can see here, I was doing really well until I realised I was dying a lot. And it wasn't by skill, it was by this freak who couldn't possibly be killing me, but he was. And so when I looked at the score, he had about 153 kills. Yeah, total hacker. And I have a feeling hacks are going to plague this game, but you know, we'll see what happens. So you got the 4 classes, and you also build up battle points in the game, and you spend your battle points on special things like tanks, little fly things, or even Darth Maul's face. You know, and you can bring these in if you save up your points. And it wasn't this way in the first one. I mean, I haven't been back and played it since I wabbed it. I hated it so much. But if I think back to 2015, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the way of things. I think you had to kind of find them on the battlefield, didn't you? Or you were just randomly given. I can't remember. But this system is way better. You get battle points as you play, and you can spend them when you save them up. For some really good gear that's only usable in this game. You can't carry your battle points over to the next game, so the better you play, the more battle points you get, and then you can buy the heroes, you know, to play in the actual game. Obviously when they die, you have to rebuy them, which is a nice system because it favours skill, and I'm all for favouring skill, so it's not like you buy them out of a fucking crate. Sadly though, from the maps that I've played, and there's only 2 ground maps in this, there's a big 40-player kind of battle, and you've got a strike map, which is just essentially 16-player capture the flag, which I found horrible. I just didn't like that at all. To give you an idea, guys, I had to go into Star Wars Battlefront, the retro one from 2005, to get footage for my daily ding, and I played a capture the flag level in that, and it was just so much better. It was so damn good. The map was brilliant, and the map on this one is just a fucking wood. It's like a wood with a couple of hills, a building, and that's it. It's just tripe. So yeah, map design is crap. But let's talk about the big attack defend map. Basically, it's a huge map. Well, it's not. I said huge for Star Wars Battlefront, but it's not a huge map, guys. It's a map, okay? And you have this huge vehicle coming down the main street with the droid army, and they have to reach the end of the street, which is a big building controlled by the stormtroopers, and essentially the stormtroopers have to destroy the vehicle before it gets there. If they don't destroy the vehicle before it gets there, they're in trouble. And the way they destroy the vehicle is they have to pick up what it looks like an RPG. There's 2 of them, I think, or 4 of them on the actual map, and they're pointed out on your head-up display, and you have to get to them, pick it up, and then get within 100 meters range of the vehicle, and then fire at it. But when you pick this thing up, nobody else can pick it up, and you can't use your weapons, your other weapons, so you have to have people to defend you, which I guess is kind of nice. And anyway, if you do destroy the vehicle, you win the game, and I've never seen the vehicle destroyed. Yes, I have. I've seen it destroyed once, but generally speaking, if the other team are pretty decent, you won't destroy it, and the vehicle will get to the end of the street. Once it gets to the end of the street, a different phase of the battle takes over. You have to assault the building, and the stormtroopers have to pull back into the building. They won't spawn outside anymore, they'll only spawn in the building, and the droid army have to take over the actual door locks of the building to let the rest of their army in. So you get a nice little fight here, and I quite like this bit of the battle. It's like 3 bottlenecks that have to be defended and attacked, and I love stuff like that, I really do. Once they've overcome the door lock area, you run up the main staircase and you have to take over the throne room, and that's when it turns shit again, because it's just a giant pew-pew fest in the throne room. There's no real sense of what's going on, it's just a total mess up in the throne room. They could have done a much better ending than that, but guys, I am, I'm going to be honest with you, I did enjoy playing the map. I had fun playing this actual map, and the reason I had fun is because it is better than any map on the first one at all. When I say the first one, I'm not talking about the 2005 one, I'll call that the retro one, but the first one I'm talking about is the 2015 rendition of this. So the map was good, but you know what, if you're going to do a beta, an open beta, you know everybody's going to be into testy game, you're going to give them your best map. You're going to give them your best. You're not going to hold back your good stuff. You want to make a massive impression, especially when you look at how shit Call of Duty World War II went down the other day. So they're going to give you the best map. So this is their best, I reckon. And it's better than anything from the last one, but it's still a glorified pew-pew session. You can't flank properly because you go out of bounds. It's just everybody driven down the middle of a map with a couple of streets either side of the main road, and it's just a giant pew-pew fest. That's all it is. The only good thing about it is, and this is the good thing about it, and this is what I liked about this map, is you didn't get people spawning behind you like you did in the first game. This one at least has battle lines. You kind of know where you're going. My only big gripe about the spawning is it should spawn you further back than it does, because a lot of the time I did spawn and I was killed within seconds of spawning, because it spawns you too close to the front. You want to be spawning at the back in a safe zone and then having to run to catch up. That's how you make games good, man. But it is an improvement. We have a Starfighter map as well, which I played. And this one you get to choose between the 4 classes. Again, it's a class system of a spaceship. So if you were the rebels, you would be given the X-wing, the A-wing, the Y-wing, and the wing. I don't think there is 4 classes. There's only 3, isn't there? There's only 3, I think. Yeah. Shit. Is there 3 or 4? Be right back, guys. Just check. Yes, guys, there's only 3 ships that you can start from. It's like I say, it's the X-Wing, the A-Wing and the Y-Wing. But you do get battle points like you do in the ground attack, and you can get Boba Fett's little ship, and there's a few others that you can get as well. So it's the same kind of thing. The plot of this game that we had was there was a Star Destroyer in space dock getting repaired, and we had to destroy it if you were the Alliance, and you had to defend it if you were the Empire. So that was pretty much it. Now, if you remember Star Wars Battlefront 2015, the space combat was horrible. And when I first went to play this, I was kind of, oh my goodness, have you fixed it? Have you at least fixed this? And yes, they have. The space combat it's fixed, guys. It's really, really fixed. I mean, if you go back to the retro one, the space combat was great with a mouse and keyboard. Well, it is with this one now. It's actually great, and that's because DICE didn't actually do the space combat. That was done by Criterion. So they've actually thought, look, give it to me, give it to us. You make your fucking shit over there. We'll make it. And they've done a really good job of the space combat. It's great, guys. It's really good, actually, the space combat. You have control. You actually have control of your spaceship. And again, you have your different abilities on it. And I'm looking forward to kind of really having a good go at the space combat. As always, it's first or third person with this game, so you can choose which mode you want. I still haven't decided which is best. I think third person is less twitchy, so it's probably the best one. But why can't we just have a flight stick? I mean, these are dedicated space games. Why can't they program so my X52 Pro will work with this, with a throttle. I mean, what the f***? You know, it's a AAA big money game, this. It should support flight sticks. I mean, it can't be that fucking hard to program a flight stick for this game. Just do it! So there you have it, guys. That's the game. And it's plagued by a pay-to-win loot crate pile of shit, which, for me, is a good enough reason not to buy the game in the first place. But I've got to buy the game because I'm not going to get a review copy, clearly. So I will be reviewing this when it comes out in, is it November, I think, when it comes out? I'll be giving it a full lowdown of the review. But it'll be a couple of days after the Yes Men get their copies, of course, and give it their 9s out of 10s and the, oh, it's a definite buy, you know, all that bullshit. But you'll get my honest review 2 days later, where I'll be looking at the different maps to see if they're all just big pew-pew fests. Because, hey, I'm going to be honest with you guys, as always. If this game wasn't a pew-pew fest, it would be the best PC game ever. It just would. Who doesn't like Star Wars? Well, obviously, a few of you. But, you know, it could be the best game ever made. They just need to get people in who know what the f*** they're doing with the map design and the game mode design. And, well, let's be honest, that's not going to happen, is it?